Hey, well, it's Huck. And, I came home it was 2 weeks ago yesterday. So I did come home on the day that I posted my last video. And there was somewhat chaotic, mainly because they were trying to logistically set everything up so that when I would get home, what was that, the Monday, I'm not quite sure of the date, the Monday, the second or third or something like that of December. At any rate, I have to take these. I still have the virus. Um, I went from nearly 1 million units of this virus in my body to about 33,000. So it's reduced substantially, but it is still kicking my ass, to be honest with you, physically. Um, I'm not able to get up on my feet like I was before. Um, and it kind of comes and goes. It's almost like every other day. Yesterday, for instance, I had to go up to Cleveland for my routine testing. And, um, and while I had my friend Dustin wheel me around the hospital from appointment to appointment, when I would get to a given appointment, for instance, I would had to take a pulmonary function test. I would get out of the wheelchair, walk into the room, and do my test. Same thing like when I would show up to do my X-ray. I would get up from the wheelchair in the waiting room and walk from the waiting room, around the bend and into the room and remove my shirt or whatever jacket and stand there and take a couple of chest X-rays and walk back. Well, for short distances, at least at the hospital, I was able to do those things. Around the house now today, since I've been home, I've been having terrible problems. The other day, I did stand in the kitchen for probably 45 minutes and made my mom's, this is my favorite meal, my mom's homemade spaghetti sauce recipe and some homemade meatballs. And it was really hard, for me to do that because it involved a lot of ingredients and mixing them all up and cutting a lot of, veggies or whatever. There's onions and green pepper, for instance, in the recipe. And at any rate, before this virus hit me, before the week of Thanksgiving, I was, getting to be much more independent and able to walk, longer distances. Had no difficulty at all, walking back and forth to my car or, just getting around the house. I could walk, maybe 1,000 feet before my legs would start getting really heavy. Now I can't walk to the next room without feeling like, oh, geez, I hope I can make it. I need to sit down. Um, and then the next day I can, I'm usually a little better in the morning. And as the day goes on, I get worse. So physical therapist is going to start, working with me again. They had just discharged me, um, prior to getting this virus. So he's going to come tomorrow, which would be Thursday, and about 4 o'clock. And as far as I can tell, he's going to suggest that I do some of the same exercises I did before, but probably less intensely. So instead of doing, 10 steps or, 10 getting from going from sitting in a chair to standing up, sitting, standing, sitting, standing, instead of doing like 10 of those in a row, maybe do 4 or 5. Wait an hour or two and do 4 or 5 more. Same thing with the walking, just walk a very short distance, take a break, but do it, several times a day. So I noticed that when I was in the hospital for about 2 weeks with this virus, um, I was very weak. I wasn't able to do much walking. I think I had one really good day where I walked about like maybe about 500 or 600 feet. But the rest of the time I struggled to walk, even half of that. And at any rate, and since I've been home, it's not been much better. Now, on the bright side, I am able to do some things without too much problem. Yesterday, I drove the car for the first time since my operation. This is the first time since, the end of September. And I drove from my house to a community called Boardman, which is like very commercially developed township, maybe the most commercially developed township in Ohio. And I had ordered something I had to pick up there. And so Dustin let me do the driving. I drove all the way there. We stopped at this house who prepared us a little bit of Christmas candy. It was like $10 worth of candy for Christmas. And this woman does this, as she's just a, regular mom. And she does it at home in her kitchen. And really good, like rock candy. We bought 2 flavors, buttered popcorn and cherry. Dustin, you're here.
Yep.
How'd everything go at home?
Good.
I'm making a YouTube video at the moment, so I'll be done in just a moment. Dustin just went home to visit his dad. The other thing I should let you know is that, I am continuing to take these IV treatments here at home. And, they're continuing to check my virus levels. So like I said, I started off when I was first diagnosed at like 900,000, whatever unit of measurement they go by. It was extremely high viral load. Within, 24, 48 hours of receiving treatment in the hospital, I was told that my numbers had dropped by about 75%. But that's still substantial. However, it met the requirement, for me to get treatment at home. So I'm taking 2 of these hour-long intravenous medications per day, 12 hours apart. So I take them around 10 a.m. and around 10 p.m. And, and as long as you're within an hour or so, you're okay either way. The problem are the 2 days a week that we have to go up to Cleveland for my, my blood work and my x-rays and all of that. And so the way it works out, because I have to go up there early in the morning, I really can't fudge too much on the timing of these treatments. So we take the IVs up there, and Dustin, has to actually, hook them up, and there's a number of little processes that have to take. He's got it down to a science. He can do it all within like 5 minutes. But I have a little portable electronic device that is like a pump, and so they deliver these IV medications. They're actually an antiviral, medication. Come in these little bags, and anyway, so they run through this little electronic device, and which is kind of already programmed. So you have to hit a couple of buttons. You've got to kind of wind the IV line through this thing, and hook the thing up to my arm, my PICC line in my upper arm. In the meantime, you're using alcohol swabs and saline solutions and some kind of anti-clotting agent that you run through the line, before the treatment, and using alcohol wipes to make sure that all the connections are germ-free. And like I say, Dustin has got this down to a science. I swear he should be a nurse. At any rate, they're going to continue to give me these treatments. They had suggested possibly 6 weeks. So I've been taking them now for, I think yesterday would be about 2 weeks that I've been taking them since I've been home. That's how long I've been home. And so according to that, I've got maybe another month to go, which means I'll be taking these, well into the first week or two of January. Now, the only thing that will change that is I'm going to continue to take these treatments until the virus reaches 0 units in my blood. Now, as I understand it, this will never disappear. It's like certain other viruses or germs that always are with you. Chickenpox, if you've ever had chickenpox, the virus that causes chickenpox, even if you had it, as a child or whatever, it stays with you basically forever. And it can come back. Usually as an adult, it doesn't come back as chickenpox, but it will come back, as shingles. Well, this is kind of the same thing, the CMV virus. From what I understand is once you've had it, it can really return at any time. Maybe when your resistance is low. So that will be an ongoing support, concern and something that I'll have to, be aware of, going forward, along with any other thing I'm now going to be susceptible to because of the lowered resistance. But at any rate, I just wanted to let you know this is where I'm at. Now, the doctors are confident that I'm on a good trajectory, and it could very well be that that virus disappears, or reaches the magic number 0, before the whole 6 weeks is up. And if that's the case, I won't have to take a full 6 weeks of this, these IV treatments. I go in next week for my 3rd bronchoscopy. Now, again, they typically do a biopsy. They're looking for signs of, lung rejection. It's really the only way they can check for that with certainty. Blood tests won't really reveal that. I've had 2 of these so far. Once about 2 weeks after my operation, once about a month later. So it's been just about a month ago, a little over a month ago. So I'm scheduled to go in next week, Wednesday, and I'll have what will be my 3rd. And if everything goes well, it doesn't take long. They put you to sleep. It's a 15, 20-minute procedure generally. Really, the big hassle of the thing is the fact that, anytime they put you to sleep or whatever, there's a few risks, not to mention a risk of pneumonia. But it's a very, very low risk, and there's really no way out of this. If you've had a lung transplant, you've got to have these. Now, the good news is, every time I have a successful bronchoscopy, they lower the amount of prednisone that I'm taking. Prednisone is not a good medication to be taken on a regular basis. And, since my operation, I've been taking 40 milligrams of prednisone a day, which is pretty high. And after my last bronchoscopy, the second one, they reduced it to 30 milligrams, which is a little improvement. I'm told that if everything goes well next week with my bronchoscopy, they will lower it again, provided, everything goes well, to 20. And eventually they want to get that down to 10 and then to 5 milligrams as a maintenance level of prednisone. I'll never completely be able to get off of prednisone. Prednisone is an anti-inflammatory medication that wreaks havoc in various aspects of your body. But it is also part of the regimen of the anti-rejection medications that you take. It's basically anybody that's had an organ transplant, heart, lung, whatever, goes on a regimen of prednisone. It kind of works hand in hand with the other 1 or 2 anti-rejection meds that you take. And again, it's an anti-inflammatory medication. So that's what's been going on. I've talked way long enough here. So I'm going to let you go. Thank you for watching. I will try to update you as things go on. I'm looking forward to the holiday here. I've done all my shopping. All of it was done online. I haven't received everything yet. I'm still waiting for my nieces and my sister-in-law's gifts. And when they arrive, I might do a little video and kind of show you what they are. I was really struggling to figure out what to buy, my brother's wife and his daughter. As you probably know, my brother passed away about 2 years ago, March 3rd of 2020. And it was sudden, it was unexpected. And so I was trying to think, like I said, some people are just hard to buy for. So I was really pleased with what I, discovered online that, to buy each of them. And I'm hoping they're going to like it. So I'm excited about it. And when they arrive here, I know I'm going to get one early next week. The other one I'm praying I'm going to get before Christmas so that I can give it to her as a Christmas gift. But I'll probably do a video, highlighting those. I really only have a couple of other people that I buy for. My friend Dustin, of course, and I have a friend that lives down in Columbus that, in recent years we've reconnected after a long he extended a period of time where we, had fell out of contact. So really that's it. That's my whole shopping list. I don't have any immediate family anymore. So I look forward to the few things I do have, the few folks I do have to look forward to. And I must say, I tend to splurge a little bit, where I don't really have the money. But, my shopping list is so small now. And the people that I do spend money on, even though it's just a few people, they're important to me. So, and not only that, like for instance, the case of my friend here, Dustin, I would be, I'd be lost without all that he's done for me. So it's a very small sacrifice to, he got a couple of Cavs jerseys, basically, is what he got. But like I said, there's the things that he's done for me, you can't put a price on. So anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you again real soon.